Good evening, gents. This is for you if at the end of the day you don't have any energy for life after work. If work gets the best of you and everything else gets the rest of you, your family, your friends, your health, if work takes priority and all of that plays second fiddle, and you just don't have enough energy to do the things you actually want to do, you don't have enough energy to do the things that you work for, the whole reason you make money, for your family, for your kids, for your partner, for you to do fun shit, this is going to be really, really helpful for you. Now, you've probably tried everything. You probably tried just sucking it up and going to the gym, or just sucking it up, putting a smile on your face and hanging out with your family or going out with the guys. You probably tried doing all the stimulants. You probably tried taking the pre-workouts or the energy drinks. You probably tried doing all that sort of stuff. Maybe you've even tried like having naps throughout the day. Some people even go do meditation, breath work, all this sort of stuff. You've tried a heap of things. You've even tried dieting. You've probably tried like exercising, all that sort of stuff, and none of it's worked, right? Yeah, it's because you're looking at the wrong thing, okay? So the real reason why all this is happening is it all boils down to your nervous system. Your nervous system is not being replenished effectively, and you're not working with your body. See, a lot of things that we get taught to do by the so-called experts actually is counterproductive for our energy at the end of the day. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to list out a couple of really, really easy things that you can do in order to dramatically increase your energy levels. Step number one, look after your nervous system, right? This is the key thing. You hear me harping on about it all the time, but this is the reason why you're getting tired. Your nervous system controls absolutely everything, every thought, feeling, action, emotion, all your energy meter, your battery, right? It controls absolutely everything. When you feel wasted, when you feel tired, when you feel like you're on autopilot, when you start getting grumpy, when you get irritable, all those things are all regulated by your nervous system. And what's happening is you're shifting from a state of being calm into a state of fight or flight. When you're in a state of fight or flight, your cortisol goes up, which is a stress hormone, and your adrenaline goes up. When these things happen, you become more irritable, you can become more angry, you can feel exhausted. Like imagine a fighter. You know how some fighters at the end of like the first round, they get what's called the adrenaline dump? So they come out all guns blazing, they've got shitloads of energy, and then bang, they just hit a wall and they're just dead. They just can't do any more, right? Think of that. That's what's happening right now in your body. If you're getting fat, right, cortisol and adrenaline will make you gain fat. They'll make you lose muscle. They'll make you weaker. They'll make absolutely everything more difficult for you. So we need to fix that first and foremost. If you don't know how to do that, excuse me, there's a chicken. Look at this, a chicken on my bloody couch. If you don't do that first and foremost, right, you need to start fixing it. If you don't know how to start working on your nervous system, just comment down below, right? Comment down below energy, and I'll get you across the free training on it. Now, leave the chicken alone. All right? Next thing after that we need to do is we need to make sure that we're actually eating appropriately. Most people have fucked up nutrition. What I'm talking about is that if you're eating a shitload of carbs, you're going to have constant spikes, peaks and troughs in your energy, right? If you're eating a lot of sugars, things like that. Now, I'm not saying sugars and carbs are bad for you. That's not what I'm saying. But for optimal energy, if you don't have great energy, they're not going to be a friend, because what happens is carbs and sugar gives you an energy burst. This is what's called like the glycemic index that people talk about. They give you an energy burst. And then what happens after that burst? It drops down. You look at kids and how they eat. You know how kids, when they go to school, they have breakfast, then they have morning tea, then they have lunch, then they have afternoon tea, then they have dinner. Those intervals are literally spaced out because they have just a sugar spike at each meal. They have cereal, and then they'll have fruit, and then they'll have a sandwich, then they'll have more fruit or some lollies or something like that in the afternoon, or some biscuits, and then after that they have dinner, and then they crash out and they go to sleep. That's what you're doing. You're just getting constant energy spikes and drops. So what you want to do is you want to change that. You want to manipulate your carbohydrate timing throughout the day. Okay, so it's a little bit more complicated, but if you optimize your carbohydrate timing so that you'll actually have more energy, you have more stable blood sugar levels throughout the day, you're going to have a much more fun time. I love like carnivore dieting, having high meat diets, just eating shitloads of meat. Whatever you do, don't go fucking vegan. That's a trap, all right? Do not go vegan, the worst thing that you can possibly do, all right? So those are the two things that you need to do. Number one, look after your nervous system. Number two, optimize your carbohydrate timing, okay? On that note, guys, I'll leave you to it. Calton's just said, just started with you, mate. Looking forward to the journey. Welcome aboard, brother. Pumped for you. If you need any help at all, just feel free to reach out. If you should join the team just like Calton has, then reach out as well. We're happy to help you out in any way, shape, or form. On that note, guys, I'll leave you to it. Comment energy if you don't have the nervous system training. I'll speak to you soon.